This is Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. We're here on PlayStation 5. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So I played this a bit on the Xbox platform, and I was kind of like, oh great, it's finally available on PlayStation. It's been quite a while coming. So let's take a look at the different settings on this one. So you can type or tap in your kind of middle little, I guess you would say, touch button in order to bring up a contextual chat. Or if you want to go to the settings, you got to go to start and then system. And we actually have a wide range of video options. There's also streaming mode, which is kind of nice to have as well. But in the video settings, you can go to graphics, and there's a few preset ones. So keep in mind that this doesn't have like true PlayStation 5 support, if that makes sense. Like it's a PS4 game running through like a backwards compatibility essentially. But it does have higher graphical options that you can choose. And the PS5, I believe, should be good enough to really handle some of the more intensive type options. So here you can maximize your frame rate. So we have 60 FPS on. And I also turned on from the main menu, because I believe you can't actually do that while you're in the game, at least from what I've seen. At the beginning of the game, in the main menu settings, there should be an option to turn on the 4K resolution, which is what we should have right now. Although it does look a little like jaggedy, but I mean, it is, you know, the type of game this is. But you can also just in the settings kind of be like prioritize graphics, prioritize frame rate. But with the PS5, I mean, you should be able to basically max most things off and max everything on, and you should not have, you know, any problems. So you should be able to turn on like screen space and ambient occlusion and everything like that. And I don't believe we should have too many detrimental issues in regards to having everything on high settings. I was also mentioned, because I did specifically reach out to them, that they do suggest turning on AMD FSR. So that is a bit of a technology that will help with keeping the visual and the performance level up, kind of like DLSS, if you're familiar with that on, you know, the PC side of settings. So yeah, they just gave me some default suggestion options. And resolution adjustment they also mentioned, so that would be like a dynamic resolution elements to keep the frame rate going. So we've got the AMD on, the AMD FSR, and just some other things. Should we bump up the anisotrophy to 16 times the detail? I don't know, why not max things out? We're doing a test anyways. So let's, some of your log out now. Yeah, so we're gonna like apply those settings, we're going to log out, and then we're going to re-log in, because the game's basically got to restart in order to apply things. So let's jump into this, authenticating your ID. You make your character. There is crossplay that I believe is on by default, but you can also enable it from the main menu. And then, you know, there's also the element of you can essentially bring over your characters from other platforms, but you have to log on to your other platform in order to get a link account, and then go onto this into the game when you're first starting up, and then link it. And you can only do it when you first start. So I would have to re-download the 100 gigs or whatever on my Xbox account to do this, and I was just like, nah, not gonna do it. So this is just the opening thing. We're gonna skip that because we actually want to get to the gameplay and showing off the visuals that are gonna be pumped up a little bit more. So yeah, again, I would say, you know, using the FSR is a good way to make sure that you are getting that quality. But I think you could try it without it on, and while you might have some more performance issues, it should still, you know, be mostly alright on the PlayStation 5 side of things. But it's just kind of guaranteeing that visual quality and experience. And yeah, this looks much sharper with that. But one of the issues that I've noticed when you turn on the FSR is that you get things such as like it seems like water and some cloud stuff. There's a bit more of like a shimmering type of effect than what you would get with like a native resolution, if that makes sense, because they are still working out, you know, the finer tuned details of the technology. Like it's still something that's a work in progress. But yeah, this does actually look better, obviously, with the different settings I bumped up a bit on this one. So yeah, let's get rolling here. And I'm sorry if there was a lot of settings and stuff on this one, because I know some people just want to see gameplay. But I do feel that it is important, at least for the types of videos that I do, to show off, you know, all of the different, you know, visual settings and actually talk about them a little bit more in depth, so you have some choices. And this is one of the few games, I would say, where you do get like just a plethora of different options to choose from. And, you know, obviously we didn't dive into every single tab setting, but I just wanted to kind of get the basis off that, hey, you can kind of max this out. You should be largely good to go. A giant monster thing. And, of course, you know, it's not like it's necessarily going to have, like, mind-blowing visuals, because it is, you know, it's an online type of game. But I still think it looks pretty good, all things considered, and, you know, it's not too bad either.
What is it doing here?
So you can also make your own character. It's a free-to-play game. You don't need the PS Plus in order to play it, which is nice. So, yeah. Ooh. Hello there. There's different character classes, different skills, lots of customization, personalization, and lots you can do. Let's skip into things a bit. I didn't really bother too much with my character. I don't know how much I'm going to play of this. I kind of just, to be honest, just sort of turned on green hair and was like, okay, we're good to go. But there are lots of fine-tuned settings you can, you know, adjust and whatnot if you'd like to. And yeah, it's got very stylized combat with lots of like vibrant colors and particle effects, which are nice. I think it looks pretty good. You know, there are obviously some little rougher things around some around the edges of, not necessarily the object edges, but you know, just certain things in the environment and whatnot that might not blow your mind, but I think it's pretty good overall in terms of like visual presentation for this sort of game. And then gameplay-wise, it's kind of fun to play. This thing's taking a lot of damage. But we got it done. Because that's what heroes do. With my light sword and things. Whoa! There's even more of them. I guess that dude can just like one-hit these things, you know, whatever. It's not like we've been fighting all of these things by ourselves here, but, you know, is what it is. Wonder if we can actually turn the FSR off. And just kind of look at that without having to restart the whole thing. Volumetric fog is off? I would turn on volumetric fog too. It's cool. And tessellation's off too? What? Oh, jeez, okay. Should have turned on even more settings. Yeah, can we turn that off? Oh, wow, we can actually turn that off right there. Interesting. Intriguing. Can we do... Wonder if we could turn on volumetric fog without having to restart it, and tessellation. Oh, there we go. We can actually turn it on the fly, and you can see the difference it kind of makes. Eh, cool. Yeah. I guess screen space reflections would be better if there was actually something we could reflect against, right? Ah, neat. I will grab these magical things.
We're going back to town now.
Head to the top of the cliff. Yes, I shall. It's gonna be like a Breath of the Wild moment. Star Fantasy. Oh,
well,
yeah.
we need to cross here. But what about you? Got any experience with gliding?
Yeah, okay, whatever. We don't want all these cutscenes. It is really interesting to be able to play around with all this stuff, though. So it really does... And then you can turn off automatic resolution adjustment. And then you can choose the different settings for how FSR is applied. Very interesting. Very, very interesting, all of the little fine-tuned settings. Sorry, it's just like, again, on like console games, if you're watching this from like a PC perspective, on console games, we never get this many choices. Like, it's... I think there's only like a handful of titles I've seen that actually give you, you know, this many visual setting options that you can adjust between. So it is kind of wonderful.
Not bad for
Yeah, I guess you really don't necessarily need a PS5 version then, if that is the case. I mean, it would be nice to have, but the fact that you can adjust all the settings yourself is like more than good enough, right? And the music's always quite lovely here, and I don't really care about the fishing and the town people. Want to get to more gameplay, you know how it is.
Straight from here, you'll find my place. We can talk there.
Sure. Takes a little bit for the silhouettes to all load in and stuff. And another cutscene. That is your place. Of course, you get the tip-top place on the highest point because you're so cool.
Well,
yeah, this guy's... Like, I have no questions.
I guess that's enough. Alright. Let's get...
Yeah, let's get some grub. I'm always hungry, what can I say? That's my secret.
I bet everyone's...
Now we have to learn to fight? But we already learned how to fight in that quick little battle scenario. Yeah, I do find that funny. Like, the part that really kills me about games with some of their tutorials is, like, you get... You know, you get taught how to, like, fight. You get a scenario where you have to fight something because you basic tutorial skills. And then it's like, now you have to actually... learn how to fight again. Oh, we gotta do like a stupid... What is this? Lock on. Dodge. And then do the thing. Okay. How exciting. Oh, that's all that was? It was just like a slightly more advanced like dodging mechanic? Alright. Because that's not too bad. Because I always find that so funny. They'll be like, okay, you need to do this battle thing right at the opening. And it's kind of like, okay, these are the basic controls, and then like right afterwards, it's like, here's a full-on tutorial in case you didn't somehow grasp that. Because I mean, you would have had to grasp in order to continue to the tutorial. It's just always nonsensical to me. Alright, what does she want? Oh, now we gotta learn the Photon arts. Oh, sorry, my PP is out. Don't worry, it'll load back up. Sometimes it takes a little bit for it to get rolling again. See that little bar there? That's what allows you to use that ability. Oh, I should have saved my points so that I could do the super attack. Alright, there we go. There we go, they're dead now. I'm glad I can learn these abilities. Thanks, guys. You're the best for teaching me these things. I'm a newcomer to their village, but they were still welcoming me with open arms. Alright, let's talk to Bari. Yes, I know about blocking. Glad I could save the fields. I feel like, you know, if we're at a status where our city is getting literally attacked by monsters constantly. Is this really a good place to live or a safe place? Shouldn't we put up like walls or something? You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that there's monsters like literally right there. That's just crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Hello there. Now let's go find this container. I do like that fantasy RPG element of it. It's kind of neat, a little bit different. And I got equipped armor. I guess it's gonna teach me how to equip weapons. I mean, this stuff is important, because, you know, it's tutorials and people need to learn how to do this stuff. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to. It'll be one of those scenarios where it's like with a game and you're like, I could have done this the whole time.
Hey, you're great.
This is where we party at the beach at night. We're a crew. Yeah, blah blah blah. Let's keep going. Who's got the time for cutscenes? I know I don't. Although it would have maybe... Okay, here we... Yeah, everybody's partying at the beach. And then, you know, things probably don't go well if I had to take a stab at it. You know, for someone that's also played this before. Or I could just be misremembering things. Because it has been a long time. Oh, no, I was right. It is an attack on the beach. It almost feels cliche at this point that an attack on the beach happens. And, like, every time you go to, like, a beach and you have, like, a party with people in a game, always a battle. Always a battle. Phantasy Star. Defeat the enemies. Oh, I'm not defeating those enemies. Just these enemies. Ow. Can't believe that actually got me. You'll think those other fighters on the other side there are more equipped to do battles for themselves. Whereas we've got to have a whole team here. Those ones are just running along the beach, those monsters. I don't know how we're gonna fight this thing off, man. There's too many of them. This thing sure is taking a lot of damage. I'm gonna put that out there. We did it, guys. We've saved the day. Just kidding, everything's probably gonna go horribly wrong here. He's got the axe of freedom.
What the hell is
It's
that?
the Hammer of Dawn.
Ina, take these two and run to the northern caves.
What? But Dad!
Papa!
Is what he's saying.
We've got to run. Run away.
Ina, let's go.
It's so epic. Okay, let's just skip ahead. Is it gonna skip ahead to no, we actually gotta escape. Would have been funny if it skipped ahead to like a sunny day and it's just like we're chilling on the beaches. It's gonna be one of these scenarios. I love this is like hold R2 while dashing. And it just got like immediately smacked down by the big lightning beam. That's funny. Gave me really good reaction time. That was good. Did that thing get me in the sky? Really? We have escaped the village, but everybody's going to die. What are we going to do? Is he gonna sacrifice himself for the greater good? Oh, that was intense.
Oh, good. You're back. Are you okay?
I've had better days. I've had better days, I gotta
So,
say.
the Mag's body.
It's the emotional scars that are gonna take the longest for me to heal. Some say they never go away. We need to have an emotional heart-to-heart.
Ina was hurt pretty badly.
How badly?
Some Arcs defenders from Central City came and
Alright, well, we should go see her. What happened? Did everybody
got
die?
hurt by that huge dolls attack.
Yeah, I know that.
Some Arcs defenders from Central City were searching.
Let me guess,
for
he
Photon.
died. Okay, anyways,
We
let's get
can't
going.
just stay
We gotta go to
here.
Central City, guys.
We should get.
Yeah, I'm sure I want to skip the scene and go do stuff. I don't want to hear her sad, slow talking of
The enemies are
how
firing.
everything we've loved is
Take them
gone.
out with the dash
It was my
attack.
home for one night. Now it's a crater. A crater of disappointment. They didn't see that coming, did they? The question is, where's my Phantasy Star? I gotta say, the particle effects and stuff in this look wonderful. Enter the cave. It shall be done. Defeat the enemies. What enemies?
This enemy has a tough exterior. Use a diving attack to stop enemies.
Use a divine attack? Alright, just slice it down with my super ultra combo hit.
Dolls here too. We'll need to take them out to proceed.
My health is looking real low. And to be honest, they didn't really remind me what the button is to do health. Is that like a 1? What is 1? I thought I had a health I can use. Is that what that little item is there? Oh, I have fallen. I can't get up. I will automatically revive. Of course, you gotta have that safety net in when people are still doing the tutorial type area, right? It's amazing I can stay in the air that long.
That's the only one. Let's get moving.
And I'm giving her all she's got. So wait, the mega city is just like right over through a cave area. We choose to live on a little tiny like isle area of like a beach where there's all these enemies that attack us constantly when the city is right there.
Let's go.
Just like a light jog over to the big city, and we're hiding out in a little beach area. I know you love the beachfront resort and everything like that, but it just seems nonsensical to actually do this instead of just living in the living in the big city. You might not have lost so many people. Why doesn't the big city have like guards or patrols? I guess we're supposed to all be swords people, but like, come on. And where was the acknowledgement from the city people to come fight against the bad thing? Are they just like taking their time? They have better things to do than help the citizens of the land?